Tonight I've got the Smok VCT or Vapor Chaser tank. Comes with extra Pyrex, an extra core that's inside the tank, a drip tip, replaceable drip tip, 2 O-rings. It usually comes with the black on there, and then you'll have the 2 red ones in there. You can change colors if you'd like. The drip tip that comes with it is wide bore. You can optionally get the glass muffler drip tip as well, which is also wide bore. So, bottom part twists off. This piece pushes out into your tank. The top, chimney, threaded at the end of the chimney is where the core hooks onto. There's one, you can see the threads there, the air slots to go up into the bottom piece, which has a air slot, backstop there. You can open it all the way, or close it down. Connection piece designed by Smok. There's the bottom plate that connects to the connection pin. There's a little well that goes around the center as well. You can, a little hard to see that there. But the core, we'll talk about these in a second because they're a bunch of different versions, just screws into that. You have your tank on there, and then that piece would thread onto that. So there are several different styles of cores. They have what they call the DIY, which is a rebuildable, which I don't have yet. They also have an Atlantis compatible, which I don't have. The ones they gave me are what's called the A1, which is a single vertical, same style as what the Atlantis is, a big vertical coil. In fact, it looks very similar. It's got the mesh on top. There's the airflow. This one, the A1, also has adjustable juice flow. Now all of these have organic cotton, and except for 2 of them, they have various style ohms and also material. The A1 comes in nichrome at 0.5 or a 1.2 ohm coil. They also have a stainless steel 0.3 and 0.5 for this, so you can have 4 different choices for the A1, which is the single vertical. The next one is the X1, and if you look, it has the same sized holes, 4 of them. This one is non-adjustable. X1, and then they have the wattage on there, which is 15 to 30. The A1 was same bottom. This is a single vertical, and it has the same choices as the A1, which is 0.5 and 1.2 in nichrome, and 0.3 and 0.5 in stainless steel. The next coil is the X2, and same housing, but it's dual coil, a little ceramic well in there. Same bottom, and you can see the bottom of the ceramic in there. But this one only comes in 0.4, and it says 20 to 30 watts. It seems like that's the max in the others. The other two, I don't have the V1, I believe they're calling it, which is the Atlantis compatible. They were calling it it's either the Atlant or the V1. It's a vertical single, and it also is 0.5 and 1.2 in nichrome and 0.3 and 0.5 in stainless steel. These are the three that I have, and we'll show these and how they work in there. Now for filling, it's a rated capacity of 3.8 milliliters is what they claim. I've got a syringe here with 5 milliliters filled. So let's focus this a little bit. There we go. So if I fill it up to top of the threads, and we'll put the A1 on for this. And actually for this case, what I'm going to do is first put it into the deck. All right. And then I'm going to close this. So that wasn't quite filled up all the way to the top. But you see there's quite a bit of space left over. And you've got about 1.5, give or take, milliliters left. If you're somewhat adventurous, what you can do is, when you're filling it up, instead of putting a core, which is what I'm going to call these, is when you take it, don't put it into the deck, put it onto the chimney and do a couple of churns so that it gets in the thread base. And then fill it up. And now that's filled up all the way. And as it catches, it'll churn. And now you've got a lot less airspace in there, and it's 5 mils, which is what I've been doing. And as long as it makes the connection at the bottom, it's firing. You know, you can get your extra mils in there. So that's works out nice. All right, so I'm going to fill up the other tanks. We'll look at the A1, the X2, and the X1, and firing them on a couple different devices. All right, back in a bit. All right, so I got them all juiced up. I'm going to try them all on the same device, and then after that I'm going to put them on a couple of different devices. See, people usually do these kind of tanks and they only use it on one device. Doesn't really give you a feel of what it's like on if you don't have that or if you've got something else. So I'm using this variable wattage Smok device. The only reason I'm using it is mostly just because it fits in there nicely, and it's a doesn't go quite to the end because this one's a little bit wider than some of the other ones I got, but no other reason than that. I've got in here the A1, the juice, and all of them is the same 70-30. I've got this set at 35 watts, and the airflow is wide open. So that was the A1, which is the single vertical coil, 0.5. And now the X1, which is single horizontal at 0.5. And lastly, double check the X2, which is dual coil horizontal. And this one's at this one is the 0.4, again 35 watts. All right, let's move this up to 40 watts. The X2, 40 watts. The X1. And then the A1. So there's all three of them. 35 watt and 40 watt work very well. Of course, you can go down if you don't want as much vapor. You can close off the air slot if you want less vapor and a warmer vape. Usually get a little bit more flavor too. It's also a little more moist, humid. So that was that. I wanted to show these and how they fit on some other devices I have and some things that you don't see anymore, which some people might have. This is the, well, it doesn't matter. We'll just put them all on an 18350 device. But you don't see many of those out there anymore, but some people have them. If you need a little stealth, or just wanted to carry something small. They work. They don't produce quite as much as the variables at the higher watts. This is Fury 18350 mode, nice and tiny. And that was the A1. This is a Simplicity Workhorse. It's telescopic. It's tiny too. And it has the X1 on it. And then I've got one of my first 18350s that I ever got. It's called the Curves, and it's tinier. It's the smallest 18350 that I have. And that was with the X2. And that was from Nostalgia Land 18350s. And I'll show a couple of other mechanicals real quick. Happen to have 3 ready to go. 1. And that one I have to adjust, so we might just skip it. One quick second. There we go. All right. 26650, 80s version 2. Zippius 18650. And another Simplicity 26650. So there they are. Different cores inside, but you can't tell the difference as far as outside. You can change the O-rings to red if you'd like, and use the other drip tip. But they're all the same tank. You're just changing up the cores, which recap is the A1 single vertical Atlantis style. Also, it looks like the Delta 2 style. 0.5, 1.2 with nichrome, 0.3 and 0.5 in stainless steel. The X1, which is single horizontal, and that is 0.5, 1.2 in nichrome, 0.3 and 0.5 in stainless steel. The X2 is only in nichrome at 0.4. They also have a do-it-yourself or rebuildable core, which I haven't seen yet. I don't know what the size of that is or what it supports. You can assume it's going to have juice flow similar to what they've got now. And then there's the Atlantis core, or the V1, which is the Atlantis compatible core, which also has the 4 options of 0.5, 1.2 in nichrome, and 0.3 and 0.5 in stainless steel. But it variable voltage, variable wattage. You can drive it higher, obviously, than mechanicals. But as you saw, if you still have mechanicals lying around, you wanted to use them, they work fine on that. 350 is nice, small, low profile. But a lot of choices, a lot of variability. There you go. Smok VCT Vapor Chaser. Thanks for watching.